trolls interfering. Um, Welcome back, you guys. If you guys have been here before, I appreciate you guys returning. If you guys are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is your girl, Madre Omega, aka Asha Israel, aka Alicia Smiley. So please make sure that you guys are checking out my story on me being an adult missing child, Alicia Smiley, as well as the story about my cousin Dominique being missing child Tavis Sutton. Okay, so make sure you guys check that out. Once this video is uploaded, everything, all of that information will be in the description bar for you guys to check out. Okay, so the message that I was receiving this morning from the divine spirit was like, they're never going to understand you. Okay, they're never going to understand anything about you. They're not going to understand your calling. They're not going to understand your growth. They're not going to understand any fucking thing about you. Why? Because the person that you used to be is not who you are anymore. When these people knew you, whoever I'm talking about, when they fucking knew you, they knew you as somebody that was a pushover. They knew you as someone that was naive. They knew you as someone that they could literally lie on, cheat on, misuse, abuse, and you weren't going to say and you weren't going to do anything. That's the person that they knew. And believe it or not, that is also the person that they miss because you're no longer acting in that manner. The only thing that they can try to do to you is attack you. Okay, they can only try to lie on you, attack your character, attack your integrity. They're going to try to attack everything about you because they can no longer control who you are or how you respond in certain situations. If you came from a religious background, they're not going to understand why you stepped away from religion because they're still stuck. They're still in their mind feeling like what you're doing is wrong. Okay, and it's not their place to say. It's only God's place to say, right? That's why when we develop a personal relationship with the divine spirit or God or the divine infinite all, whatever you want to call the higher power that you believe in, you can call it Allah, Buddha, whatever it is that you believe in, right? They're not going to understand it when you step away from the traditional beliefs that you grew up in because they're stuck there. Okay, and believe it or not, these people are going to remain stuck there forever. They're never, ever, 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 ever going to take the risk that you took to free yourself from religious indoctrination or groupthink or cult-like behaviors. They're never going to understand it. They're going to be stuck there forever. So the best advice that I could give somebody who's on a spiritual journey, especially if you're leaving religion in any way, shape, form, or fashion, would be to ignore them. Okay, and keep moving forward and keep doing what your intuition is telling you to do and keep doing what your spirit guides are telling you to do, because 9 times out of 10, the reason why these people don't understand is because they don't have any guidance. The only guidance that they have is what the preacher can give them. The only guidance what they have is what sister such and such can give them, or what somebody else's opinion was about what worked for their great 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 grandma. Okay, we are evolving beings. We are evolving creatures. We don't ever just stay in one spot, especially if you're a chosen one. You're a reincarnated being that you're here now, or you're just someone that's in the flesh suit. Okay, but you're really not a human. They're never going to understand what it is that you have going on with your spirituality, even the things that you do and the choices that you make. And they're forever going to be jealous of you because of the boldness that you have in your spirit, how you're not afraid to take that leap, how you're not afraid to break tradition, how you're not afraid to go against the grain. They're always going to have an issue with that. And I decided that that's what's really going on with my trolls in the comment section. These are these people that are left behind. Okay, these are the people that are never going to make it to my level. You're going to have these people that are thinking like what you're doing is you backsliding, or what you're doing is you leaving God, or what you're doing is you're disobeying God, but they don't know what it is that was discussed in your private moment with you and God. They don't know that shit, right? So you just have to keep going, and you have to ignore these people. You have to act as if they don't exist. Okay, now they're going to show their ugly faces because it's too hard for them to just let you go on your journey. It's too hard for them to just leave you alone and let you do what it is that you want to do for your soul. Okay, and for yourself. It's too hard for them to do that. So they'll be back around, and now they're going to see, what they're going to see is you're not failing. They're going to see that you are succeeding. They're going to see that you are actually making more progress than they've made in the last 30 years just warming a pew in church, how you are actually stepping into your power, how you are actually doing what it is that God called you to do, and they're still sitting there. They're going to be pissed off about that shit because they don't have the opportunity that you have with the divine spirit. Remember, everybody ain't chosen, and favor isn't fair. Okay, and that's the reason why people are going to hate you. They're going to call you a witch. They're going to call you a warlock. They're going to say all this negative stuff about you because they don't have the favor that you have. They don't have the connection that you have. It's going to take them going to the pastor, calling all the prayer warriors and all that shit just to get a half of a word from God, when you can just go into your soul, into yourself where God really dwells, and get the answers and the information. That's what they're jealous about. That's what they don't understand. How can this person connect to God so easily? I got to call such and such. I got to call all the prayer warriors. We got to have a whole prayer meeting. I got to go to church every day. I got to do this. I got to do that. And this person here doesn't even go to church, but they seem to be very close with God, and God protects them, provides for them. And every time I turn my tongue against them, I get in some type of trouble or something bad happens to me. Let these people keep tripping themselves up thinking that they know best for you. Let these people keep tripping themselves up thinking that they know the relationship that you have with the divine. Let them keep doing that shit, because see, God doesn't play with everybody. These people are really going to be condemning you to hell. Okay, calling you all kinds of witches and warlocks, like I said, condemning you to hell. But then when they try to throw their stones at you, you're divinely protected and they're unable to do anything to you. Okay. So I want my chosen ones, because it's only a few of us, and the rest of these motherfuckers, they're going wherever the fuck they go. I ain't gonna say they're gonna go to hell, but God ain't fucking with them. So we're just gonna leave them where they're at. But you keep doing what you do, and you don't let nobody interfere with your relationship with the divine. It's nothing that a book is gonna be able to tell you. It's nothing that a man is gonna be able to tell you when it comes to your soul. It's literally you developing a relationship with your higher self and developing a relationship with the God that lives within you. Okay, and that is the truth. So they're never going to understand you. Don't try to explain it to them. Don't try to share with them the new things that the spirit is teaching you and the new ways of doing things that the spirit is showing you. Don't try to explain that shit to them, because they're just going to say it's witchcraft. They're just going to say this, this, and this. Anything that's not in their little box of religion is going to be evil. Okay. If you use a tarot card, even though tarot cards really don't have any power, it's the person who's using the tarot card who has the power. They're going to say, oh, you're the devil worshiper. So now all of a sudden you got to go to hell because you held a tarot card, or because you booked a reading with a fucking spiritualist. Now you're going to go to hell. That's not true. Okay. And don't let them people trick you out of your spirituality. Do not let these people trick you into not expanding your soul, into not elevating your soul, because they want you to be stuck like them. They want to all hold hands and sing kumbaya and go to glory together. And that's just not the reality of it, because every person that is in religion, they die by themselves. Unless it's like a cult where they all killing themselves, they die by themselves. You're born by yourself. You're going to die by yourself. This is an individual walk. I know you can't hashtag individual walks, but hashtag individual walk in your heart and in your mind, so that you can understand that this is an individual walk, and can't nobody and nothing stop you or block you from your spiritual journey personally with the divine, but yourself. And me personally, I would rather have a relationship with the divine infinite all, or God, or whatever you want to call it, than a human. Why? Because humans suck. They fucking suck. And that's the truth. Okay. You can't go to a human and tell them all of your secrets and think that they're going to hold those secrets. You can't go to your human and say, well, I think I'm having these dreams, or I think I'm having visions, or I'm able to speak to my crossed over loved one. You can't go to them and say those things, because they don't understand it, because they don't have those gifts. God skipped over them in the gift department, and they're pissed off because you can do it and they can't. Okay. So whatever you have, whether it's clairvoyance, clairsentience, if you're having dreams, if you're able to see the spirit, hear the spirit, feel the spirit, whatever it is that you have, embrace it. Okay. Embrace it. And don't let nobody turn you from it, because that is what's going to save your life. You ever wonder why you'll have these people that are hardcore religious freaks, and tragic shit still happens to them? They still get in car accidents. They still have all these tragedies. A family member come in and kill everybody, but everybody was worshiping Jesus in the house. Like, they still have these events happening in their lives because something is off. You need to look at why the divine is not protecting them, but then you're the one over here with your sage and your incense, and no harm has come to you or your family. You need to look at those things, and those people are looking at those things too, and I'm guaranteeing you they're going to say, that's the devil. My light just went off because my laptop is off. They're going to say, that's the devil. The reason why, my family came, my family member came up here and killed everybody is not the same reason why you're protected. They're going to say some shit like that, or like, Jesus didn't have time to help us, I guess, whatever. They're going to make some type of fucking excuse as to why Jesus didn't come through for them, and why their whole entire family was massacred by another fucking family member. But why you got your sage and your incense and your home is peaceful and nothing is happening to you, they're going to try to say it was the devil that protected you. Really? Or they're going to try to say that's why you ain't nothing happening to you because you're doing witchcraft. How about nothing is happening to me because I'm really in connection with the divine infinite all? What you calling is witchcraft is what the divine is calling me doing a good job. Well done. Okay. So it's all about what you think and what you feel about your personal spiritual walk, and nobody else. They're never going to understand you. So like I said, don't try to explain it. Don't try to give them no type of nothing, because they don't deserve it. Okay, just keep doing you. And that's what I'm going to keep on doing. You're going to get attacked as a chosen one, as somebody who leads any type of religion. I don't give a fuck what religion you came from. You could have been a Muslim. You're going to get attacked by those people because they're wondering why you don't want to stay in groupthink with them. They're wondering why you don't want to all hold hands and go to glory together. They're wondering why, who do you think you are that you feel like you have a separate soul journey or a calling on your life? No, you're supposed to be over here stuck with us. That's what they think, and that's not the truth, okay? But I gotta go. I just wanted to stop by and tell you that the reason why you're having these issues with these people is because they're not gonna understand you. They're never gonna understand you, and it's not gonna be worth your while to try to make them understand. The best thing that you can do is put your bootstraps on and walk your walk. This is a solo journey. This is a lonely road, and you're gonna be on it by yourself, okay? So I love you guys so much. I don't know when I'm gonna see y'all again because I'm starting my work week or whatever, but yeah, I love y'all and do y'all, okay? Don't let nobody like fucking tell you what you're doing is wrong. Don't let nobody call you no witch and you know you're not a witch, but you're a healer. Don't let nobody try to destroy your character. If they want to do it, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, your favor on your life is what's going to outshine anything they can say. They can think they're holy as a motherfucker because they go to church every fucking Sunday. They don't smoke, they don't drink, but they're still gossiping. They're still doing gay shit. They're still abusing people. They're still doing things that God doesn't approve of according to their scriptures, okay? So don't let them don't let them make you feel as if you're less than or you're doing something wrong because you decided to take a different path, okay? But I love y'all. I'm out. Hype the video, like the video, share the video, sign the petition to demand justice for DNA.